man, there's something I'm supposed to talk about and I forgot. Fuck it. But anyway, get straight into it. I've been looking over this new GTA. It's not even new, but the GTA Trilogy that came out recently, where it was GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And I've thought about for a while now, like if San Andreas had a HD remaster, it would probably do well. But I'm like, I don't want to re-buy my games and shit unless they're like $5. I don't want to spend, all this money on it like that. And besides, like, you think the big thing is that there's a lot of modders out there who are remastering the game for Rockstar, but I don't know, maybe they're doing a good job, or maybe they're not quite too wonderfully optimized for a shit computer, a shit video game computer like mine. But maybe Rockstar could just be able to update the graphics and everything, make it seem a bit more like the newer generation, like even kind of 3 generations ago with GTA 5 and whatever, which I played on the 360. On the 360, damn. I was able to do that. It's very fucking difficult though. But anyway, yeah, we know what happened, man. We know what's happened. What the fuck, man? What the fuck is going on with video games, man? I dipped out of this shit. Like, the last video game I played was GTA 5, and it was 2013, but I probably played it for 2 years or something. Just dicking around. I don't know. That was basically it. So 2014, 2015, I dipped out of video games. I'm like, I'm gonna grow up and get married and be an adult and have a job and yeah, that was my intent. Anyway, but I mean, I did kind of stop playing video games because I did get kind of annoyed by them. I mean, I was annoyed by the likes of GTA 5 and Alien Isolation, where I'm playing them on my 360. These games, you have to fucking install them, and they're like 15 fucking gigabytes, and my hard drive, the ones that you could take off the 360, I had a 20 gigabyte hard drive there. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Buy another one? How the why do I have to buy another one? I guess it didn't matter because I guess I did put those installations on a USB instead, so I had to keep the USB in and whatever. Even still though, I did have to delete shit off that fucking hard drive, and I was mad about that. I was like, oh fuck, man. Like when I bought GTA 5, and I think I expected it, but you always just take the game and you're like, yeah, we get to play it. No, you don't. You have to fucking spend 12,000 hours downloading the fucking cunt and installing it. Oh, it's such a pain in the dick. And that was the kind of thing that just made me dip out. And another problem was that my 360 wasn't connected to the internet. Like, I used to have a cable running through the house, but I gave that shit up. And I was always like, the internet adapter for the 360, I remember it cost $170. I was like, damn, man, that's expensive. But I think I actually borrowed it off a friend at one point so I could download some things that were necessary for the system to work, which I couldn't do unless I had that fucking thing. It was like I paid all this money. I have the console, I have the games, I have the TV, I have electricity running the fuck through it, and I still just can't. I still can't even fucking play it. Like it was just the general like dissatisfaction with games and just being like, I don't want to play them anymore. But it was also that, man. It was also just that fuckery, and it sounds like things are much fucking worse. I mean, in a different way. What the fuck is going on? I mean, you had Cyberpunk exactly a year ago, Fallout 76 as well, people were bitching about. And I actually did read about that shit, and I was like, oh yeah, it sounds terrible. And these companies don't even give a fuck about you people, man. Oh, Jesus, I mean, some of my friends are like, Cyberpunk was fucking amazing, but I am personally glad I could play it. That's what they say. So I'm thinking like, but there are times where I guess bitch and moan. I don't know. I think my friends kind of bitch more and more about comic books and this thing and that thing. Yeah, comic books. I mean, superhero movies and whatever. Yeah, I think there was a bit more of that kind of like, yeah. Though actually, I was just like sitting in the middle of their conversation about like the new, like The Witcher and Wheel of Time. So I guess, yeah, and just fucking Netflix shows and whatever, and just being like, yeah, this one's okay. That was shit. Yeah, it's fun just to fucking hear about all this shit going to shit. I don't watch anime a lot. I guess that was another thing I did back in the day, watch more anime, but I've never seen Cowboy Bebop, and I don't know, I've never seen it, but all of these fucking people just being like, all right, hey, there's a TV show about it, and they're watching like, don't, and to Netflix credit, they no longer will. I remember seeing people like, I saw one person like being like, so, Cowboy Bebop Netflix special has been cancelled. New Chucky series has been renewed. And I've heard, I don't know, some things about this new Chucky TV show. If it's anything like the movie, good on it. Because I did actually like that I haven't seen the original. But I saw the remake and I was just like, oh, God. But that was one of those surprises, man. Sometimes, every now and again, you go to a movie and you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, that was a surprise. That was good. I didn't expect it to be like that. I thought this new Chucky movie would just be like, oh, where's Chucky? Oh my God, he's inside the room. Oh my God, he's inside the house. No, it'd just be like, just like overly serious. And it wasn't. It was funny. It was really fucking funny. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Good, kind of, not really scary, I guess. But yeah, it was just an enjoyable, just, I don't know, no fuckery. We can see fuckery. We can see it, you cunts. It's easy. All these stipulations, all these quotas, we recognize them when we see them. That's what people said about Cowboy Bebop. They had like a joke in there where it's like a black guy, and I guess he wasn't black in the show or whatever. And then this woman said something, made a joke about black male. And he's like, and people in the YouTube comments were saying like, they made this character black just so they can make that joke. Hey, dickheads, guess what? That's not your fucking joke. I already saw that in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And that was with a character that wasn't made black. It was black. I think that show did actually get, like, it started to lean on the woke and everything, but that show is really in the fucking middle. I don't know. Like I say, I haven't really caught up with the new episodes, and I was starting to watch some episodes where I'm bathing in my hands. But yeah, when I first watched that show, like season 4 and shit, I was like, this show ain't... It ain't bad. It's pretty funny, actually. I watched, like, I think up to season 5 or... You know, when it started getting crap or whatever. I'd love to see the new season. I'd love to fucking see it. They're like, yo, man, the season dedicated to the memory of George Floyd. Not dedicated to the memory of the... how many people? 27 that died in the fucking protests? Just that guy. But those seasons I was watching, that seemed like a show that was really... It wasn't pushing any boundaries. It wasn't particularly risque, but it didn't really lean in too much on just woke shit and just having a big fucking red arrow pointing at things like, look at this injustice every 5 seconds. Like the blackmail joke. It's a good joke. It's funny. Captain Holt's like, that's highly inappropriate, but I do appreciate it. So I like that whole thing. And he was a gay character that... Because I was watching that show from season 4 onwards... And then, I think it was like a fucking whole... I think it was 2 seasons before I was like, oh, he's gay. They're not making a fucking big deal out of it. They did in the first episode, and like I hadn't seen that. So I didn't know. So, hey, all right, that's what we want, man. That's diversity done well, not just being like, I'm gay. I'm a flaming faggot. Let me tell you about this, that, and the other. Anyway, back to GTA Trilogy. Fuck me. Man, how the fuck did I even get on to... Anyway, so this fucking GTA Trilogy... It's just... I mean, it's video games in general, I guess. I don't know. But, like, you look at it, and, you know, GTA Trilogy comes out, and it's fucking terrible. It's just completely covered in glitches and bugs and everything. It's really, really, really fucking glitchy. A lot of the character models look even worse than before. It doesn't look like it's really a graphical... update that much. Like the lighting effects look better. They've done some things like remove fog and this thing and that thing, and there's just real fucking glaring glitches where you're like, this clearly wasn't game tested. What the fuck? And I'm thinking, what the fuck? This isn't a new game. It's a remaster. How'd you fuck this up? It's like you just made a very simple port. I mean, I was kind of reading up about it, like, because, yeah, Grove Street Games made this, and they mostly deal with mobile GTA games, and it's like, okay, whatever. And then they've given this task to port, I guess. No, not really. Well, I guess they're kind of porting in a way, I don't know. But porting into a new generation, and I think they copied some things over. I don't know, I don't really care how they did it. I just know they did a shit job. And all they fucking had to do was do a shit job, game test it, and then unshit themselves, What the fuck is their problem? And people are saying it was worse than the Cyberpunk release. That game is new. It is a new fucking game, and it is, as in terms of all the technical competence that game can do within its system, it is pushing the fucking boundaries of like all this game, what the game technology can do. And I guess it got to a point where you couldn't even play it on the previous generation. It had to be a PS5, or just a really fucking good computer. And yeah, I guess there was some patches and all that sort of thing because of the graphical issues, and I don't know. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, but people are saying like this is worse than Cyberpunk. I don't understand. I don't understand this. It's not a new game, and it doesn't look like a new game. It looks barely even like 360. That's how shit it looks. I mean, the lighting effects, but it still looks like a 360 game. Come on. And they really fucked up. They really, really fucked up. Rockstar fucked up as well for even allowing this shite to come out. I haven't played it at all, but I just know that the graphical shit, the graphical glitches, the crashing, the absolutely bananas glitching. Some of it just where someone would tap your vehicle and it would just suddenly spin into the air like you had a fucking weird cheat code on. A lot of the weather effects looked, just a lot of graphical issues, a lot of glitches in that, and a lot of things that they just plain didn't even put in. And it doesn't look. And the thing is, like modders are doing a much better job. They're doing a much better job at bringing it up to date. Why not fucking buy the original and just get it modded? Isn't that free? I don't know. I mean, Rockstar, or was it Take-Two? They're really cracking down on getting rid of these modders, and it's like, get fucked. They're doing a better job than you. It's really bananas. It's just really bananas. I don't fucking understand it. And I guess, like, I've always thought, like, San Andreas is cool, and if they ever made a HD remaster, yeah, I don't want to fucking re-buy my game. But let's say, like, I saw it in stores for like $65, I think. And this is free games, but they're all old, so it's like, And also on top of that, the game doesn't even fucking work, does it? And then, but I saw it on the Rockstar site. Oh, actually, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Because I think I was watching a video, but I believe it said A before the dollar sign. To me, that means AUD. So, I think. Oh no, I did go in there. Yeah. Anyway, I was on there and it said that it's like 20% off. Now it's $70. What? Get fucked. I'm not paying for this, man. But yeah, I don't know. All I gotta say is, yeah, just deal with the modders instead. They seem to have made a much better fucking game. It's I just wish this could have just been an official, decent fucking remaster that it just looked. Because, I mean, you look at the original, and the original being a PS2 game or whatever, even on an Xbox, even on a PC, it's still kind of like pushing at boundaries back then. And, whether you buy the original fucking trilogy now, which apparently you couldn't do, but I think you can now, of course, it fucking works. But you look at it, and it is, like, graphically, you just kind of imagine, you just think, what if it was just given a it looked like GTA 5 level of, without. But there is a certain look to the game that you wouldn't want to fuck up, I think San Andreas in particular, like, it kind of looks orange and like really like hot and humid. So that's actually the main thing that I kind of want to, that I hope the games keep. And I actually think that even watching the trailer for this thing back before it came out and everyone said it was shit, that I thought, ooh, I don't know. It seems like they're kind of fucking around with something there. It's not the original look, I think Vice City, on the other hand, and GTA 3, whatever, they look better. Yeah. I really want to fucking play Vice City in particular again, and it looks good. The lighting effects in particular, when you see it in Vice City, it looks good. But it's like, can I play the fucking game? To be fair, though, I think a lot of the criticism against this game that I was actually watching in videos, it seems like they were mostly picking on San Andreas. So that's a shame for sure, but I really do want to play Vice City again. I lent it to my cousin way back when, and I haven't gotten it back. But, I don't have an Xbox to play it on anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah, I want to play it again, and if it was remastered, that would be probably cool. That would be better, I suppose. That would be an improvement. That would be superior, as long as it kind of looked as good, but with a graphical, physics-wise improvement. And it fucking played. It wasn't fucking glitchy to the point of unplayable. And I'm glad Rockstar have gotten all the shit for it. They deserve it. They fucking deserve it. Cyberpunk was at least new and pushing boundaries. This new GTA Trilogy looks like shit. Like, they've made it. Like, we all love GTA games. We all love the GTA Trilogy. The games themselves are great, and the missions and everything, whatever. But how it looks shit. Like, it's not that much of a graphical improvement, right? So it's as if they're making a game that looks really shit, and they still fucked it up, and they had all these issues. Get fucked, Rockstar and Take-Two and Dan Houser. No, I shouldn't say it. And Grove Street Games, and and I don't think they really dealt with it that well. At least they're putting patches out now. And actually, I gotta say, in their defense, I will say this: like, when they got rid of the fog and people complained, they added it into the game, and they give you the option to turn it off or not, which I think is interesting. I think the fog makes the game, better. I suppose it makes it look more atmospheric. But there's something about, like, I don't know. That doesn't really matter either way. Who cares? But at least, it's good to have that option. Yeah, good old fog. I just think it would be cool to be able to, like, you can do it, and you actually can do it in the original trilogy. This original trilogy release, where you can just fly around in a helicopter and be able to see far into the distance. Like when you did that with the original, it would. I don't know what the word is, but like it would pop. You could see buildings just pop up and they just appear, and it's gross. So that would be cool to have that improvement, which we do. It's just that the actual game needs to work. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Fuck it. I'm so glad I don't play games anymore. Alright, oh god. I'm so busy, man. I'm so busy. I'm working, man. I'm a working man now. It's bullshit. My parents found this diary from 99 when I was 8. So I was reading through it, and it was really gross. It was just like, I'm really materialistic in a weird way. I'm just talking like, I'm gonna go see A Bug's Life, and then afterwards, my mom's gonna buy me A Bug's Life flick toy with action set. I might even say, like, this is how much it costs, as if I'm fucking buying it. I mean, maybe I am. Maybe I'm spending my pocket money. But yeah, it's gross. And even I was actually I'm reading it. It reminds me of it's like Bret Easton Ellis. Like, it's like Glamorama, where it's like I'm just reading through a magazine. And I'm just like, oh, I'll just stick all this in my novel. Just like a list of things, just like a whole bunch of crap. Which I fucking love in that book. Where it's just like this thing and that thing, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna eat this, and in that book, there's just like, there'll be just a part where it's like, there's a party going on and we're inviting this person and this person, and it's literally like a whole page of just like a bunch of celebrities' names. I was reading that, I just thought that was so funny. But as for this diary, it's just weird. Like, I guess I'm not really talking much about. I'm not like, I love my mum. It's none of that. But obviously, why would you say that? Why are you saying that when you die? I guess some people do. It's just really weird, like, looking through it and just like, I definitely remember, being interested in The Bug's Life and this thing and that thing. But there are some weird things. Like, one of the things at the end that confused me is the very last diary entry in here. It says, all it says is, I will be getting either Korn or Rage Against the Machine for Christmas. And I guess like the one above it does start talking about like how I was into music and I was watching music clips, but I don't remember liking Korn back then. I definitely got into them, and I did get one of the CDs, but not till like, what was it? Must have been 2002 because I remember exactly what happened there. Yeah, I didn't know I was into them early, and then Rage Against the Machine. Like, what the fuck? I must have just seen a commercial and just been like, I like this music and whatever. And I'll tell you what, I didn't get any fucking CDs then. The first CD I ever got was Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park, and that was 2001. It wasn't even like 2 years away I got my first CD. It's bullshit, man. How terrible. I mean, back in the day, like, free music, you didn't have Spotify, you just had, or YouTube, you just have your fucking Rage. You just have your Rage. And, it's funny, goddamn, I gotta say, like, whoever fucking, went, like, someone's gone through this and, like, with a red pen and, like, pointed out spelling mistakes and all that sort of thing. And I wrote down Rage with a all lowercase, and the woman's like, oh, you need to put an uppercase. But it's like, no, Rage is lowercase. That's what it is, man. And I just fucking noticed this, man. I said, look, like, I guess, yeah, I made some spelling mistakes. You didn't even bother with all of them. But one of them, I was talking about something, and I said, oh, this is weird. Here's the weird thing that happened. And she, like, circled it and wrote down what was supposed to be the proper spelling of weird. No, I had it right. I was spelling it right, and she said, no, I before E. No, you're an idiot. I'm smarter than you, and I'm only 8. What are you, fucking smoking crack? God, no wonder I've grown up retarded with all these fucking teachers, man. God damn, man. Yeah, I would say overall I haven't been entirely impressed with the education that I've received. Not just, what would you say, within the school system, but tertiary education as well. I should have just done a fucking apprenticeship after, not even graduate, I suppose, yeah, I might as well graduate from high school, whatever, just have that for you. Done TAFE for a year, done an apprenticeship, I mean, and then by this point, I would have had a fucked back, bad arms, all sorts of money being spent on health issues to do with the fucking back-breaking labor shit that I would be doing. At first, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm tough, I'm getting a workout. And then later on, I'm like, well, I'm really fucked, and it's all work's fault. I've already got enough health problems that I seem to be adding to myself, even though I'm trying to improve my health. But, sometimes you get the opposite effect. I don't need any more with, like, a job or anything. Oh, God, I hate talking about work, man, because I work now. God damn it. I'm working Christmas. I can't wait to see that fucking... I better be getting paid, like, $60, $70 an hour for fucking Christmas. Oh, man, I hope so. I don't mind. I really don't mind. As long as I get that fucking... that money. For fuck's sake. I was going to talk about something else and I can't remember. What else has happened? What else has happened in the world? What the fuck am I supposed to talk about? As soon as I stop this podcast and go away from my computer, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah. I just fuck it. I guess just fuck it. That's all I could say. The only last thing I'll say is that I saw House of Gucci just now, earlier today, and it's not as bad as The Last Duel, but I definitely thought, like, this shit was just mediocre. It was just really, really, right from the start to the end. There was no, like, bad scenes. I wasn't just like, oh, like The Last Duel. I'm like, what? Why are you doing this? This doesn't make sense. This is stupid. There was nothing like that. The movie made sense, but everything about it was just like, there's nothing popping. There's nothing interesting. I'd be amazed if it was getting... You can imagine, like, the fucking Oscars that it's getting, like, hey, Lady Gaga and Adam Driver and Al Pacino. I mean, maybe they won't. They better not. All I can imagine is just, I don't know, fucking makeup and set design, which honestly seemed fine to me. But yeah, I really don't have much to say about that film. It's just really fucking mediocre, and who cares? And there's points in the film and just like, ugh, this is so boring. Something happened, and something does happen at the end where, spoilers, it's a real life story, even though I didn't even know about this, but Mr. Gucci gets assassinated by his wife, and she goes to prison, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't know about this. I was actually started to think about that TV show that I didn't watch, the Versace show, you know? And I was thinking, like, I guess that would have been a more interesting show because there's more going on. And then that happened at the end. I'm like, what the fuck was going on with these, like, fashion people back in the day, all getting assassinated and shit? Tom Ford shows up in the movie, and not the actual, as a character, not an actor. I'm glad he didn't get assassinated. I really liked Nocturnal Animals. I really liked it. It was really good. It's much better than this fucking piece of shit movie. So, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, but really, Scott, I kind of think, like, he's such a fucking grump. If he's going to be a grump about everything, fine. So am I. We're both grumps. He's older. He gets to earn it more. But I'm grumpy too. And I got to say, Ridley Scott, you're just shitting on these superhero movies, man. Go right ahead. But he's just like, they're bloody boring. And no one wants... God damn it, I was trying to be British. They're bloody boring. And no one wants to see... I've got to make it a bit more gruff. They all just want to watch these bloody superhero movies that are all bloody boring. Bloody bore me to tears. They're about nothing. They're just these stupid spandex people jumping about. Yeah, they are a bit that way. Yeah, you're right. I don't think I'm going to watch it, but No Way Home... I haven't seen it. I'm not going to. I'm sure it's better than these two fucking movies. I mean, it's got to be better than Last Duel, and I'm sure it's better than the other one. But yeah, just constantly shitting on them. Oh god, I was speaking to some people today at the screening, and they were saying like, I like The Last Duel. It was good and whatever. And I'm like, okay. Cool. I'm cool with that, but like, yeah. It's just, as I say, I'd rather fucking watch Rashomon again. I need to rewatch it. Why wasn't I watching that instead? God damn it. Yeah, it's just that, you know, it's just like, I don't know what people see in it, because to me, it just was literally incompetent. It was incontinent. The film pissed itself. It didn't know what it was. I mean, yeah, I guess it knew what it was, but it's like, why am I watching this? What's with this copy and paste movie? You're copying and pasting the same scenes, playing them again with no perspective. Fuck you. Anyway, House of Gucci is better, and it still sucks, and there's no fucking good movies out there. If you really want my top 10, I'm not going to bring it up right now. Okay, here's some of my favorite movies in order, I think. I really should talk about them at some point. Yeah, all right, this will be a tease for the next episode. Here's my top whatever. Bad Luck Banging or Looney Porn, Nitram, Tatane, oh god, now I don't know what's part of this year and what isn't. There's this Iranian film called Sun Children. There's what else? A Pig I liked. I don't usually include documentaries because they feel like their own thing. But I did like Some Kind of Heaven, and that film does it really, really I kind of don't like documentaries these days because they're all very much the same. They're so they all just feel the same to me. They're all produced and executed in the same way, and this film was completely different. This was, it's probably similar to, like, I don't know, Errol Morris or whatever. I don't know, I've never seen his films, but it had that feeling. And there's no narration, there's not a lot of talking heads. The way it's filmed looks good. That is a good looking film, and it just goes to show, like, that had a very, very, very minimal camera crew. I think it was one guy. And you probably have a colorist and whatever, but it's just like, don't fuck around too much. And also, if you want to have good cinematography, you know what you can do? Put good things in front of the camera, which they do. So I really like that film. And the fucking director's younger than me. Fuck that guy. Talented fuck. Fuck it. I'll bring it up. Hang on. What do we have? Fuck. Oh, shit. I clicked on the wrong thing. Wait a minute. Where's the other thing? Oh, fuck. Wait a minute. Where are they? Oh, that's fucked. Did I move it? Well, it's not deleted. Alright, anyway. What else do I have? What did I forget? Yeah, like I say, like, I don't know about some of these. I talked about Saint Maud. I already talked about that. It's 2020, but it came out here and it got a shit release. That's the fucking thing about all these fucking movies, man. They get shit releases and then you're like, here's my top 10 of the year. And it's only fucking September. And then by the time it's September 5 years from then, you probably haven't even seen everything that you want to see. I'm not saying you have to watch every fucking thing. I mean, I used to applaud YMS for doing this, but now I'm like, just watch enough. For me, I think what I do now is that I just give myself that 1 year. I might do that, actually. I think I'm going to do a top 10 on the next podcast of 2020. Strictly 2020. Fuck. Oh, you're like, oh, are you going to talk about this film and that film and this film that's coming out? It's just come out. No, I'm not. Because I'm not making... I will, but I'm not making a top 10, I don't know what I'm going to do. But it just pisses me off that, like, yeah, all these films get a staggered fucking release, like Saint Maud, and then no one knows about them. Only fucking British critics talk about that film, Everyone else is just... All the other critics are just... They happen to watch it and they're like, oh, it was a fucking good film. Like, or whatever film. They're like, oh, that was a fucking great film. You know what? I would put that as maybe my number one of the year. And then... But they're not going to review it because they watched it. They didn't watch it for a review, And they can't put it in the top 10 retroactively. They're just like, oh, I just fucking... So it's all pretty stupid. It's all pretty fucking dumb, all this shit. Although, yeah. There's some websites out there where they're like, I think the critics really did go around. They went to all the film festivals, like, okay, I think we've seen everything. I think. Obviously, you're not going to see everything, but you shouldn't. Fuck everything. But I think we tried to watch every... And this is it. And I'm like, all right, yeah. Ugh, you got Dune in there? Fuck Dune. I think that's what I was going to talk about. Oh, I cannot talk about this right. No, I cannot fucking talk about Dune and the South Park post-COVID special. I'm going to shit on these things in the next podcast. Hey, it's another fucking... I better write this down. Yeah, I'm going to shit on them. Yeah. I am. Especially the South Park special. I'll just say this right now. I kind of... Yeah, I got the Paramount... Because as soon as that movie came out, Paramount Plus has become available in Australia. And I started watching... I got it, I watched that movie, and I was like... What? Go fuck yourselves. I don't like South Park anymore. Fuck off. And then, like, the other special... I didn't even finish that fucking special. Anyway... And then I started watching older-ish episodes of South Park. I think kind of like season 15, but I was mostly watching, like, everything before season 15, but I was mostly watching between, like, because I've seen the first 6 seasons a million times, so it was like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. Just dipping, watching a shit ton of that. Yeah, I like South Park, man. Yeah, I don't think even that mid-period there wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's been a while since I've seen it, and yeah, I still like those seasons. To me, it's the same as The Simpsons. Not everyone's like, oh, South Park is still good. Nope. It's basically The Simpsons. Well, it's not as bad, but fuck, man. I feel ripped off. And even though I didn't pay any money. Anyway, I will talk about that shit and many other things on another podcast, but I really won't because I'm going to be dead of exhaustion by fucking work and show I have and the Christmas. Fuck. I like Christmas. I'm excited for Christmas. So fuck all you people. Fuck you if you don't like Christmas. I wish I could play that right now. No, I won't. I was going to say I ought to get one of them fucking... What do they call that you press? Oh, what was it? The Roadcaster one. Yeah. How much is that? Like $250? I think it's more than that. I think it's like $1,200, but you get mics with it and everything. I really could do with a new mic. I've had this one for nearly 10 years, my bloody Blue Yeti. But you know what? I just do post effects to make it sound better. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. Fucking hell. It's been the day of my experience. 21st to the 12th, 21. Hey, 21 ones and twos. Woo. Ha ha. Fucking amusing. The particular date. I thought it was 22nd today. Anyway, I don't know, whatever. I'm drunk. I'm not. I've had one beer. It's like at least I... let me say this about House of Gucci. At least at the previous screening, I was given a beer and popcorn, which I didn't eat because I was like, I don't think I like this, but I don't know. I took it home. I'm going to eat it now. I'm going to get stoned and eat it now. God damn, I'm sweaty. Just sweaty from just talking shit about Ridley Scott. God damn, I fucking hate summer.